Hello, this is Sherrod Seward at Sherrod Sports Visas and Innovative Immigration Law. And I first would like to congratulate you on being deemed an excellent candidate for the EB-1A visa. What that means is based on our previous experience, we think you have at least an 85% chance of succeeding with this visa, usually much higher, but that's just how we like to express it based on our previous experience in the visa category, considering your industry. And right now I'm going to kind of talk about the fee process and how it works. Generally, the fees for the legal side are a flat fee for the process. And then you have to consider filing fees. After April 1st, 2024, the filing fees for this visa category has gone up, and I'm going to discuss those in details so that you know your options. So when you're dealing with the EB-1A, you have the option of, this is if you're in the United States, of filing it by itself and seeing if it's approved, and then filing for your adjustment of status. If you already know that you want to apply for adjustment of status, then you can apply for both at the same time. You do not have to wait for an EB-1A approval before you go and apply for your permanent residence, also known as a green card. You can do that at the same time if you're here in the United States, okay? So first, I'm going to discuss the filing fees associated with the EB-1A first, and then get into the green card process. So the first thing there'll always be is a regular processing fee. The regular processing fee for EB-1A is $715, and it usually takes a long time to hear back on these on regular processing, which is usually 8 to 12 months is when you can expect to hear a natural response on regular processing. Now, this is a long time to wait, but it may make sense to do that if you're filing for adjustment of status, because it's going to take a long time for that to be approved anyway. So you might as well, if you're going to file at the same time, just use regular processing. The other fee that you'll always have now is the new asylum fee, which is a fee based on the size. Well, I guess for EB-1A, it's always going to be the lower fee, which is $300. So you're going to always pay $715 and the $300 asylum fee, regardless if you're filing an EB-1A. The next thing you can look at is adding premium processing. Premium processing is an additional fee to this that goes to the government and allows you to get responses within 15 business days on the EB-1A application, which means in 15 business days or less, USCIS needs to either approve the petition or give another type of notice. In addition, when you do this, you get the opportunity to be able to email USCIS directly about the petition, which a lot of times can come in handy, just having that extra communication. Now, I will say, I do recommend EB-1A only if you're not filing for adjustment of status at the same time, because you'll just kind of waste a premium processing fee since you're going to wait for the green card process to go anyway. So if you are filing your adjustment of status at the same time as your EB-1A, then it makes sense to use regular processing and forgo the premium processing fee. Next, we're going to talk about the processing fees and options for obtaining the green card. Once you're approved for EB-1A, you are eligible to adjust to being a permanent resident in the United States by two ways. One is you can adjust your status while you're inside the United States, or you can consular process by going to a national visa center outside of the United States to do an interview process in order to get that paperwork done. Okay. So if you're in the United States, I'll break down the process. You'll need to pay a standard fee for Form I-485, which is for the permanent residence, which is $1,440. And if you have dependents in there, for example, if you have senior citizens or children under 14, then their filing fees are around $800. So for the adults, you'll pay $1,440. And then for kids, if you have them under 14, they'll pay a lesser price of around $750 to $800 for their application. Now, in addition to that, there's two other applications that are very important when you're adjusting status. One is Form I-131, which is also known as Advanced Parole Travel Document. Once you have this, this means you can travel in and out of the United States while your permanent residence case is pending. Okay. And usually it takes around 6 months or more for this to come in. So if you're looking to adjust status in the United States, you must be ready to stay in the United States for 6 months or more at a time so that you get your travel document back. Because if you leave the country while it's pending without advance parole, which is form I-131, then you risk losing the whole application for adjustment of status. So if you do have to be back and forth, I would suggest doing consular processing so you can do that at your own convenience and know when it's going to happen for that interview. And the next way to do it is consular processing. Consular processing has a much lower filing fee, which is $325 for family-based petitions. That means if you're doing something to where you marry somebody and you get it that way. And for what we usually do, which is employment-based, which is the same as EB-1A, you're looking at a filing fee of $345. In consular processing, what happens is we wait till you're approved, and then we gather documents and send it to a national visa center where we negotiate back and forth with them about different documents they want to see, whether it be financial documents, background about your history of owning property, employment history, things like that, to get the green light to get an interview with them once a visa is available. Usually there's a certain schedule to what visas are available in different countries that determine how long it will take to get an interview for you for that. And it's something that you can't see until you start the process. All right. So to reiterate, EB-1A regular processing fees as of April 1st, 2024 is $715. The asylum fee program, if you're using EB-1A, you're usually self-sponsored, which means it's going to be the smaller fee of $300. So right now for regular processing, EB-1A is $715 plus $300. And then if you're looking to add premium processing, which we only suggest if you're not going to file your adjustment of status at the same time or consular process, is $28.05. Other than that, if you're looking to adjust status here in the United States while you're doing your EB-1A, the standard fee is $1,440. The application fee for advanced parole, which is the right to travel back and forth while your application is pending, is $630. And the employment card, which allows you to work, which also takes around 6 to 8 months, is $260, whether it's filed online or by paper. And these are all things that we usually file at the same time for speed of getting that back. And if you're looking to consular process, which gets your green card outside of the United States, then the filing fee is $345 for the EB-1A self-sponsored category. I know this is all confusing, and that's why we'll have it on our website so you can see the price in front of you. And we look forward to being service to you. And congratulations on your determination that you are a great candidate for the EB-1A visa.